Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Not in the Dragon's Den. I am still over here at the library in Nikki's condo. As some of you might remember, he had open heart surgery on the 25th or 24th of October. And September, I'm sorry, the 24th of September, and he's doing really, really well. In fact, he's sitting right over there in the recliner. What I wanted to share with you today, because I don't do paper crafts here, it's mainly what I call messy things. And we're going to be playing with some polymer clay. Now, the kind I use, you can get Primo, Sculpey. Both of these are really good. Just, I don't like to get them if they feel really hard in the package. But these are bits and pieces I've had left over. Now, before you do anything, and we're going to make pokey tools today. And before you do anything, you really need to work the clay, and it's called conditioning. Get it to where, you know, it's somewhat soft. It gives you a workout in your hands. And I've got most of this done. I'm just working on a last couple of pieces. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with one here. And this is just white. Now, what I'm using to cut mine with, when I went to remodel my house, I had to remove wallpaper. And I had a wall scraper. This is the blade from it. And I'm using it because I have it. See, that's not quite half, but that'll do. So I'm just going to cut that one in half. And then I'm going to come in here and just stick pieces with it. All different colors. It doesn't matter. It's going to end up being a hodgepodge of colors and all. And then I'm going to come in here and just, that one just does not want to mix very well, but we're going to make it mix. We will make it work. What I'm working on is, this is a marble tile. I got it at either Lowe's or Home Depot, and I only bought one of them, and they were like $2 and something. Really cheap if you're going to work with polymer clay. All right, we got that one pretty much going. We'll do the same with this one here. All right, now, so that's some more colors. I'm just going to start dividing everything up. And these are bits and pieces that I had laying around or in my cases. Ooh, that one's really hard. All right, that one I can divide. Let's put that one over there, this one over here. One piece was a little bit bigger than the other, but it's okay. The red going, yeah, the red's soft still. But that's the one thing with this clay, you really have to condition it to get it soft. And as you can tell, this has been sitting here for a little bit longer than what I've been wanting to do. And all I want to do is mix it up and mix it up. Yeah, this is where it gets a little tedious. Okay, this one's getting there. See how this one's going to come out. And I don't care what color I use in them, because it's whatever I have on hand. Push that down a little bit more. Now, there are tools you can do this with. One is, it's basically a pasta machine that they use to do these, and I've got one. sitting over there, but I'm too lazy to pull it out. All right, now, we're gonna use this one here because I think this one's gonna be long enough when I get it rolled out that I can get 2 of them. Yep. So I'll take this part and I'm gonna cut it in half. So I'll end up with 2 pokey tools. Now, the sharp part of the pokey tool, you can use the big needles you get in like the Homecraft needles, it's called. It's used for like sewing upholstery, mending cushions, things like that. And I've used these before, but you either get them real big and that one's not even round. That one there is a triangle shape. The one that is round is a bit too small, too slender for what I want. So I get the embroidery needles, and these are size 1/5, and they seem to work pretty well because they're good. See which one of these is going to come out. They're a good width, you know, and a good pokey part. Now, you could stick that in there, but it's going to come out. You need something that it's going to hold it there. And this is just wire, regular floral wire. You can get this at a craft store. You can probably buy it at, well, I know you can get it at Hobby Lobby. These somewhere I've got, where is, oh, you can get it at Walmart, anywhere that you can get crafts. And all I want to do is I'm going to cut off a piece. And I'm going to make sure it wraps around and through this the eye of the needle. Because this is what's going to hold on to the clay. And it's going to make it so that it doesn't, you know, slip and slide in there, and it will hold it. And I'm not doing it really tight or close to it. As you can see, it's sort of like a jumble here and there. See, pull this down here a little bit, or find some way to, because I want to go back through that eye, up or down somewhere, with the wire. Yeah, and just sort of lock it into place. Because if not, our needle's gonna fall out. Now the reason I'm having trouble is because, you know, it's kinked from where it was around the little bobbin there. Pull that through, get through that last kink. Give it a few more twirls. I think that should be enough. And I'm going to trim that. And then I'm going to take that part and sort of poke it back into this conglomeration of wire. Now, set that one over there. So what I need is, I need to flatten this out some because I want to wrap it around, and all I'm doing is I'm coming down with my thumb and just flattening it. If you have something round, like this is just a jar I've opened it, that's why there's plastic wrap on it. Get it that much. Now I'm going to come here, and this is where I want it to come in at. So I'm going to push this and mash it around there really, really good. Because I want that to hold on to it. Now put that off. Then we'll come down here again with this. I'm gonna roll it out again. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I just want to get it to where I can put some more around the top here. Come around that way. Where's that crease? And come down my crease. Now, it's just a matter of shaping it. And you can make it as the needle as long as you want it, if you have how much you want out here. And it doesn't look like much yet, but I'm not finished with it. It just takes a little playing with it to get it all sort of mushed in there together. And then okay. Now, if you don't like the way it's, you know, it looks like you've got a line there where you've added one to the other, just take it and smooth it out. You know, you can play with this and just get it to where you like it. You can smooth out your seams. You can do all kinds, you know, put little designs in it, whatever you want. It's yours. I'm just getting these smoothed out here, and then do another round here, because I want to make sure that this is somewhat even. All right, now I'm not, because I'm finding that the more I do, the more I'm losing my point. And you'll find that happens, but it's okay. We're just going to push that down and then come back in here and get it remolded however we want it. Now, if I want to stop with there, I can stop at that point. But what you want to do is, and see, I've got enough for another one here, and I've got my other needle pulled out. But at this point, polymer clay you have to bake. And it says right on the side of the packages, they both have the same directions. You're going to bake it at 275 degrees Fahrenheit or 130 degrees Celsius, 15 minutes per 1/4 inch. Okay, so you find I have my ruler. Oh, here we go. So if I measure this out, I'm going to take the longest part. So I've got roughly a 1/2 inch. A little more than a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to work on that part, bringing this down so that I've got some sort of uniform thickness. And then as I get it to where I want it at the 1/2 inch mark, then I can take this one and I can set it aside to be baked. Now, after you bake them, you can come along with them, and that's why I had this out. This is triple thick Brilliant Brush On Gloss Glaze. And let me show you the one that I've already done. It is this one. And see, I put my little initials, put it this way, has CB in it, but that's the one I've done. And yes, there's a little give on the needle, but there's that same give on my other pokey tools. But it may not look great, but that's a homemade tool. One of the easy ways. Now, you see that point there. let me show you another trick. Sometimes these points can get dull. Now the ones that you get, they may be a little sharp, but they're gonna dull, you know, at some point. Now, I have, this is a fingernail file, and all I'm going to do, I'm gonna hold this, as you can see, at a little bit of an angle, and just turn it as I run it across there, clean it off. I've got a point back. Just that simple with a block fingernail file. Now, if I leave this like this, we all know what's going to happen. At some point, this is going to fall off of my desk, and I have had the points stick in my foot so many times. Whether it's this or whether it's, you know, an X-Acto knife. So what do? I put corks on the ends. Like this one here. I put a cork on the end. Then if it falls off, it's not gonna, you know, land in my foot. It's the same with that one. So give it a try. Remember, if you look on the side of your packages, it's 275 degrees Fahrenheit for 1/4 of an inch. And it's not this way, it's this way. Do not over bake your clay. And don't put this in your regular oven unless you've got all the windows open, the exhaust fan going, and you can deal with the smell because it'll get stuck in your oven for a while. I have an old toaster oven. I think my daughter-in-law gave it to me, but you can find them at yard sales, at flea markets, at, you know, thrift stores, charity shops. Get you an old, one of the old toaster ovens. Use that to bake your clay in. And then you can, because there's a plug on the balcony here at the condo. So I plug it in and it's out on the balcony. So we don't smell it in here. God, that can be horrible smelling. So see, I've still got room. I can do one more here. I can do 2 out of here. And I've still got 2 more needles. So I'm going to finish these up. And then in the morning, I'm going to put them in the toaster oven and get them all baked up. So I hope you enjoyed what I've shared with you today and how to make your very own pokey tool. I will be here with Nikki until he gets, well, he has to go back to see the surgeon. And he has to be able to go back to work and to drive before I can go home. Because right now he can't drive. And he does not like sitting in the back seat, which is where he has to sit if we go somewhere. Because if we do get in an accident, that airbag could hit him in the chest and it could kill him. So I will be here. I will try to do videos as I can, so please, please don't desert me. I'm hoping to have a haul video coming up. Nikki decided that I needed a little surprise for sticking it out with him for so long. So he did a small order for me, and we shall see together when that comes in what that will be. And we have one of the my subscribers suggested while I was here to do a question and answer type of video where getting Nikki involved, he can ask the questions, and I provide whatever answers there are craft related. Yes, I'm throwing that in, craft related. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you would like a tour of the library here in Nikki's condo, let me know that too, because I work in small spaces. Most of you know that my corner at the Dragon's Den is only 6 by 8. It's smaller here. So I could give you a cute little tour of what all is in my little craft space here that has been so lovingly provided by Nikki. If you'd like to see that, also leave that in the comments below. So pull out your polymer clay and your embroidery needles, your little bit of wire, and make your own pokey tools. And don't forget some corks so you can put them on the ends. So until next time, bye guys.